Oh, greetings, dear Aquarius. Greetings for this Pisces new moon eclipse, February 26th. Just a disclaimer here, I'm not a professional astrologer, okay? I'm an amateur hobbyist. I just love it. It helps me get through life. These are the same kind of notes that I make for myself, and it helps me a lot. But I study a lot as well. And I'm just sharing with you. I'm hoping it helps you to get through the day, the weeks, and the months. I'm not going to do any tarot, okay? I already just did a bunch of tarot, and we'll do that another time, but this is just a supplement, okay? Now on February 26th, we've got this amazing, huge monster new moon eclipse in Pisces. And for Aquarius, that affects you in certain ways that is different from other signs. First off, Pisces energy. First of all, look at it. It's a flood of Pisces watery, mushy energy. Mercury, Sun, Moon, Neptune, Chiron for healing, South Node from where we've come from and, you know, stuff we've outgrown, stuff we need to leave behind. It's a huge, huge volume of Pisces energy, almost overwhelming. And in general, just an overview of Pisces energy, how I see it. This is my perspective. On the positive side, we're dealing with your spirituality, your imagination, with angels, with spirits. This is your connection to heaven. It's a gateway for the will of heaven to move through us. It represents our spirituality. It's the place of meditation. It's the sensation of love, but pure, pure, pure love. It's the home of psychic awareness. It's a home of visioning. It's the home of artists and writers and musicians of all kinds. Anybody who taps into their spaciness for their job or how they live. There is a shadow side, like with everything. There's a shadow side to Neptune, but it's very hard to handle for most people. Neptune and the 12th house energy can also be associated with being kind of like a dumping ground, a graveyard, a trash can, a dumpster, where all the crap is shoved in our lives that we can't handle. It's the place of the subconscious. We don't even know it's there half the time. It's such hard energy to understand. It's a place of delusion, betrayal, deception, self-deception, lies to ourselves, lies to others, fake friends, fake gurus, fake philosophies, fake religion. It's a place of fantasy, but unhealthy fantasy. It's a place of sickness, imprisonment, loss, failings of all kind, the end of the end. It's a place of hospitals. It's even a place of leaving your body. You know, out-of-body experiences, transcendental meditation, all of that stuff is all embodied here in Neptune, Pisces energy. Now, because we've got the South Node here and Chiron here, there's a lot of emphasis on releasing and letting go and bye-bye to all the crap. But the way to do that is all this light, all these lights are shining on all the crap. It's like somebody opened the door to the trash can or the dumpster or the back room where nobody wants to ever go. And they're just pulling the lid off and it's going, phew, man, something has to go here. So I don't want to get too yucky. It's all about surrender, okay? The way to deal with this eclipse is surrender, let go. It's a cliche, let go and let God. Literally surrender to the will of heaven. Give up all ego aspirations or energies and activities and just let this energy flow through you. That's the best way to deal with it. Experience the purging. Okay, let it happen. Because in an eclipse situation, we're dealing with doorways that are closing and we'll never be able to go back, and new doorways that are opening. Once we go through them or allow ourselves to go through them, we're never going back. So it's evolution. This is very, very much to do with evolution. And don't fight it, because you're just going to invite a lot of pain into your life. Literally surrender and let go, and let this energy move through you, dear Aquarius. Now for you, dear Aquarius, this is happening in your second house, which is to do with your values, your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem, what you value. It's money, it's stuff, it's your possessions, your jewelry, your rocks. It's the stuff that you brought here when you were born, and that you've got with you. It's your resources, and the money that you make from being who you are. And you might be going through some huge shifts and changes about how that works for you. Your perceptions about that. In other words, am I making money the right way? Am I devoting all my divine spiritual energy regarding self and resources in the wrong way? Something has to go so that something new can happen. What is that? Well, just let it open and let the will of heaven speak to you. A huge, huge portal, gateway to heaven is opening up for you. So accept it. Don't fight it. Accept it, okay? And in the process of releasing and letting go and surrendering, it's like you're revealing stuff for healing, because you can't heal it otherwise. You have to reveal it to heal it, okay? So, and in the process, that allows your divine energy to move forward into this very, very deeply private, intimate area here of shared resources. It would be the equivalent energy of being married, already married, and now how are you going to deal with the energy of marriage? Getting married, having girlfriends, and romance is over here, and lovey-dovey that, and marriage is in the 7th house here, but living in the marriage is over here, okay? And by allowing this eclipse energy to move through you gracefully, will allow you to bring your gifts, all your gifts and wonders, into the world, so that you can share them in the context of an intimate relationship with others, someone or something. Okay? So that's the general gist of that, Pisces. But at the same time, I have to mention this massive frickin' T-square, which has been going on for a long time, and it's going to be here for quite a while. And this very lovely, supportive trine and sextile. Now, with this thing here, this Jupiter in Libra and this Uranus in Aries, this is a magical, magical opposition. It's bringing massive amounts of awareness to all of us in regards to relationship. How can I be truly authentic in myself, truly my purest self, while still in the context of a relationship? How are you going to figure out that balance? It can be very hard to do that, but it's beautiful if you can figure it out. And Pluto isn't going to give you a break. It's putting tremendous pressure on you to make it happen and figure it out. And you might have a very choppy ride in the process of figuring out all that stuff. Let me see if I can show you. Do you see that here? Now it's happening for you in the 3rd house. So it's asking, how are you going to communicate your true identity authentically and effectively? Over here, Jupiter's up here in the 9th house. So you might be figuring it out in the context of relating with your wisdom, your new knowledge, new awareness, new awakenings up here in the house of in the 9th house of like wisdom and philosophy, your beliefs, legal matters, higher education, expanded consciousness. Okay, so if this is a struggle, it's totally understandable. But stay true to yourself, and at the same time allow for the wisdom of others to come into your life. Pluto is here in Capricorn, in your 12th house. It's been there for so long, and it's going to stay there for quite a while. Don't take it personally, but this is really brutal. It's just crushing and crushing anything that's fake and phony in your own natal 12th house of spirituality. Okay, so if there's any bullshit, fakery, something unethical or just unsavory going on in that world, you need to be aware of that. Okay, and it's not good. You need to outgrow that. That's part of the releasing and letting go. This eclipse covers the whole of you, not just this or this. It covers everything. So if there's a bunch of shit going on down here, you need to be honest with yourself. No lies, okay? Let it out. Admit it. Also, you've got Saturn here. Now look at this. This is really, really sweet. Saturn is helping you. Saturn is actually helping you. Can you believe that? To manifest the challenges, to manifest the good stuff out of these relationship challenges, okay? So this is a beautiful fat sextile, a beautiful fat trine on this wonderful axis of awakening here between self and other. So allow this to happen. Saturn is helping you. Don't fight it. Don't fight this energy. Don't fight any of this energy. It's much bigger than you are, so let it move through you. Here, have a look. Can you see that? Pluto is right there in the 12th house. Sagittarius right there in the 11th. Jupiter's up there in the 9th. The North Node's over here in Virgo. Okay? And all this Aries stuff down here, you got Venus, Mars, and Uranus all in Aries. So you might be getting very, very hot-headed in your sense of communications and whatsoever's going on in your day-to-day life with friends and people and speaking and listening and sharing information. Okay? What else can I tell you, Aquarius? This is really serious here because this is 12th house. I'm just letting you know. Pluto here in the 12th house, that's deadly serious. Saturn in the 11th house, that's not letting you get away with anything that's fake or phony or Neptunian in the area of your humanitarian or activities or your sense of community and friends, hopes and dreams, okay? There's a lot going on here, but overall the message is surrender. Surrender, surrender, let go and let God. I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. That's what you got to do. Let me just give you some close-ups so you can see it better. See that part there? And that part there. And there's that part there. And there's the information over here. And there you are for the overall. I hope this helps, Aquarius. Whatever it feels bumpy, just allow it to move through you. Don't fight it, okay? Don't fight it. Allow the massive new awakenings to occur. Spontaneous awakening, okay? Spontaneous healing in this area here. So long as you let it happen, the key is to allow it to happen, okay? I'm not going to say any more. Thank you, Aquarius. All the best.